Chapter 1. The legend awakens every midnight in the small, secluded town of Willowbrook. Deep sense of dread would settle over the residents. The townsfolk would lock their doors and huddle together, whispering stories of the dreaded midnight boogeyman. For as long as anyone could remember, the legend of the boogeyman had plagued their lives. It was said that the boogeyman would come out at the stroke of midnight, lurking in the shadows, and fill the night with fear. The boogeyman was described as a monstrous, shadowy figure, with glowing eyes and long, twisted limbs. The town's children were told stories of the boogeyman to keep them inside after dark. But as the years passed, even the adults began to believe in its existence. The fear of the boogeyman ruled their lives, and the town was paralyzed by its own myths. Chapter 2. The Midnight Council. For generations, the town's elders had held secret meetings in a hidden chamber beneath Willowbrook's oldest oak tree. They called themselves the Midnight Council, a group of individuals dedicated to protecting the town from the dreaded boogeyman. They had tried everything from elaborate traps to nightly patrols, but the boogeyman always seemed to evade their efforts. One night, as the clock struck midnight, the Midnight Council gathered beneath the oak tree to discuss the latest sighting of the boogeyman. Whispers of its presence had grown more frequent in recent weeks, and the townsfolk were terrified. The council, frustrated and weary, knew it was time to take drastic action. Chapter 3. The brave outcast. Among the council members, there was a young outcast named Eliza. She was known for her rebellious nature and her refusal to believe in the boogeyman. She had always suspected that the legend was a mere story told to control the town's residents. With fiery determination, she stood up during the council meeting and challenged their beliefs. "Have any of you actually seen this boogeyman?" Eliza asked. "I think it's time we put an end to this nonsense. It's just a myth that's been holding us captive in our own town." The council members exchanged nervous glances, but were intrigued by Eliza's defiance. They agreed to a bold plan. They would set out on a midnight expedition to uncover the truth about the boogeyman once and for all. Chapter 4. The Midnight Expedition. Midnight Council, with Eliza leading the way, set out on a moonlit night, armed with lanterns and determination. They scoured the town, searching for any signs of the boogeyman. Hours passed, and the town's silence was broken only by the sound of their footsteps and the hushed whispers of the council members. As they reached the outskirts of Willowbrook, they stumbled upon a dark figure lurking in the shadows. Panic surged through the group, but Eliza was the first to approach the figure. She extended her lantern towards it and gasped as the light revealed a simple scarecrow adorned with tattered clothes and a crooked smile. The council members couldn't believe their eyes. The boogeyman was nothing more than an old, forgotten scarecrow. Chapter 5. The Midnight Revelation. Returning to Willowbrook, the council shared their discovery with the townsfolk. The news spread like wildfire, and the town erupted in both laughter and relief. Generations of fear had been built on a simple scarecrow, forgotten in a distant corner of town. The midnight boogeyman was no more. The people of Willowbrook were finally free from the grip of their own mythology. Children played in the moonlight, adults roamed the streets after dark, and the town came alive with newfound vitality. The Midnight Council dissolved, their purpose fulfilled. The legend of the boogeyman had held the town hostage for years, but the truth had set them free. In the end, Willowbrook learned that sometimes the scariest monsters were the ones they had created in their own minds. And they could choose to let go of their fears and embrace the beauty of the night.